Everything is a mystery. Every new item or power you obtain, every new enemy or character you encounter, even the controls are puzzles to solve. The whole game has this sense of trying to put together a jigsaw puzzle without the entire picture. There's always more to something than how it first appears, and every encounter is layered with multiple meanings. And with an in-game instruction booklet that often prompts more questions than it does provide answers, Tunic is brimming with mystery and expectation. Tunic's soundtrack plays no small part in this. Many tracks feature rich harmonies, dreamy synths, and a typically muted melodic presence. It's aimed more at making impressions rather than memorable tunes. Think of Rain World or the Ori games.
The overworld theme is a great model of Tunic's musical style and is worth some analysis.
In the first two measures of this piece, the pad synth in the lower register outlines an A-flat major chord with the 7th and the 9th added in, which gives it its characteristic richness. And this simple melody emphasizes a B note, the 9th note in the A-flat major chord. A subtle arpeggiated synth on sextuplets adds color and keeps the music upbeat. The next two measures are similar in structure, moving down a whole step to a G-flat major chord, which would be the 7th in the key of A-flat major. Like previously, the harmony extends past the 5th, this time including the 11th, the note of C, again emphasized by the melody. A similar structure follows for the next four measures, which repeats the same harmony with some subtle melodic differences. The next two measures do much of this the same, but this time with an F minor 7th chord, the 6th of the key, followed by the 7th again, the G-flat major harmony. Though the harmonies cover a wide range, you can see that the music for the overworld theme is not that complex. There's not much movement away from the tonic chord of the key, and the lowest note is always the root of the chord. There's a sense of groundedness to this piece, like we are close to home or in familiar surroundings, fitting for an overworld theme, the first piece we hear upon starting a new game. Many other tracks from the Tunic soundtrack follow similar harmonic and melodic patterns to the overworld theme. Take the music for the West Garden, for example. Despite the rubato tempo and the unevenness of the melody against the harmony,
we still see a similar harmonic pattern to the overworld theme, with a chord change at regular intervals on the measure.
And despite their faster tempo, even the boss battle themes follow this structure, with a simple melody, arpeggiated harmony, and chord changes every two measures. This simpler musical style suits the game's art style, with its polygonal shapes and matte textures, as well as its lack of a complex storyline. A speechless main character, their sword, and a mysterious fetch quest. Complicating the music with more aggressive progressions or advanced melodies would distract from the game's simple presentation. But there's another place where Tunic's soundtrack really shines, its selection of sounds. In music theory, this is referred to as instrumentation or timbre. Timbre is at the core of genres of music like EDM, where the focus is less on making a catchy melody and rather on manipulating the sound itself. Now, making new unique sounds takes a lot of time and patience, and the effort by Tunic composers Terrence Lee, also known as Lifeformed, and Janice Kwan definitely shows, as so much of Tunic's sound design feels so purposeful, with sounds carefully crafted for certain environments and situations. For example, this echoing pan flute in the first few bars of the Forest Sanctuary theme. Or the wobbling arpeggiated synth heard in the mountaintop theme. Or, one of my favorites, the bizarre voice samples used in the Shopkeeper theme. The composers sampled stray cats and summer breezes. They were inspired by Taiwanese rural and urban landscapes, by hillsides and scenes of city life. These sounds they create are living things, not necessarily tied to Tunic itself. Sounds aren't just static either. They are warped, filtered, and phased, giving them dynamism and depth. And all of these unique sounds and effects come together with some excellent mixing to give us something truly sublime. The sound design accentuates the seriousness and difficulty of the game too. Take the battle theme for the Siege Engine, for example. It employs this harsh synth as part of the harmony that highlights the boss's threatening nature. The souls-like roots of Tunic's combat system are made abundantly clear throughout the game. Despite how cute this game looks, the music always reminds you that it shouldn't be taken lightly. Now, the exceptional sound design doesn't stop just at the music. The sound effects and jingles are beautifully done as well. I mean, listen to the tune that plays when you rest at a shrine. That initial warm synth pad seems to welcome you home, with the little flourish that follows, indicating you're now fully refreshed. Perfect and succinct sound design. And how about those pillars throughout the game? The sound that plays when you activate them is this fascinating mix of magical and mechanical and electrical all at once. Is also surprisingly menacing or angry, as if what we've just activated is something very powerful and very dangerous. This makes sense when we learn about how the pillars are manufactured later in the game. A superb work on the sound design to foreshadow this crazy reveal. There's some notable dynamism to Tunic's music as well. When praying, an additional synth is layered on top of the existing track in a way that always harmonizes with it. That's a nice touch. And when you get near these corrupted zones which drain your health, the music is distorted in this interesting way. The sound fidelity drops and the volume peaks. There's this sense of wrongness and decay to the sound. This corruption is eating through the world and damaging the sound of the game itself. Tunic subtly uses sounds which are unpleasant or extreme to convey danger, corruption, or malice. Though there are a few pieces I really enjoy, like the overworld theme and the West Garden, I don't find myself picking out too many catchy or memorable pieces from Tunic's soundtrack. The real magic of Tunic's music comes from the composer's unique selection of sounds and the subtle ways those sounds enhance or suggest certain aspects of the world. Keeping the track simple allows the sound design and mixing to really shine. Alongside the mysteries, puzzles, and charm, Tunic's sound design is what makes it truly, well, Tunic.